everybody, and welcome along to the first of two Q&A videos that I'm going to be doing this month. So I have quite a few emails to get through, so let's get cracking. The first question is, my husband is quite messy and keeps shoving items into cupboards instead of putting things away properly. How do I get him to be more organized? So yes, unfortunately, whether it's hubby or the kids, this tends to happen quite a bit, and it can be really frustrated if you're the one that is left doing all the tidying up or finding items where they shouldn't be. So my top tip would be to place labels on things whenever you create homes. Some people don't like putting too many labels around their house, which is fair enough, but I always do say that it's they're temporary guides. They don't have to be there forever, and it's only until people get used to the new homes and get used to using it. As well as that, there are some lovely labels out there at the moment, and you can really get quite creative with them, and it can enhance the decor of your home, so don't reel them out completely. Also, as well as that, your husband might be tidying up when you're not even there, which can be a bit annoying sometimes, or you might be tidying up at different times to each other. So a good idea is a 15-minute tidy up at the end of the day, and this applies for everybody, whether it's after dinner or after putting the kids to bed if you have children, or just before you're sitting down to relax in front of the TV. Just doing a 15-minute sweep up around, and if you do it together, then that means that you're able to bounce questions off each other as to what goes where or what should go where, and then that might help with the homes and tidying things away into their proper places. So the second question was, I hate going back and forth to the bin when I'm cooking. How do I keep my worktop clean without constantly going back and forth? And that's from David in Dublin. So yeah, okay, a really quick tip on this is kitchen paper. So if you take 1 or 2 sheets of kitchen paper and you put it right beside you when you are preparing your food, I'm obviously not talking about meat here or raw meat in this instance. So if you're, chopping up carrots or peeling potatoes, that sort of thing, and you place the remnants onto the few sheets of kitchen paper, then you can swoop up the kitchen paper and one trip over to the bin. So that might work for you. And if you're not on a budget, then you could always try out the Joseph range, which have some nice products for food preparation. So I hope that one helps. The next question then is, I find it difficult to decide what to keep and what to get rid of. Can you please help? Yes, I know it can be very overwhelming to make decisions on it. So the first thing you do is, at the very start, whenever you're decluttering, is to work on all the no-brainers, as I call them. So really anything that's broken, anything that's soiled, anything that can't be fixed, stuff without its match or its pair, just general rubbish. You clean up, get those all out and out of your sight, because you really want to be focusing all your energy on the items that do need your genuine decisions on. Then you ask yourself questions like, how long have I kept it? How long have I needed this at all? Have I been using it at all? Do I actually even really love it? Do I enjoy using this item, or is it causing me anxiety? And if the answer to that is yes, it's causing me anxiety, then I don't know why you'd have anything in your home that would cause you anxiety. I understand that it would be difficult to let go some mementos, and and that's important, which is why I always encourage having memory boxes to keep things that are really precious. But there are, I know a lot of people, worry about letting go of items that cause them anxiety from, for example, if they spent a lot of money on something, or if they were given to them as on loan. I can understand that gets quite difficult to make a decision on. But if we take, for example, items that have cost a lot of money, if you're not using those items and they're stuck at the back of a cabinet or in your wardrobe or something like that, then you've already lost the money value, the monetary value on that. And, you do want to be realistic with whether you're going to use it and whether it's worth the space that it's taking up. If you really are struggling, you can always create a maybe pile. Obviously, you don't want to put everything into that maybe pile, but a maybe pile allows our subconscious to work on things. And usually when we come back to looking at items a second time around, it might be easier to let them go. So try a maybe pile as well. And always focus on the stuff that you're keeping as opposed to the stuff that you're letting go. Focus on the more positive and nicer aspects of the stuff that you're keeping rather than the items that are going. So the next question is, what are my favorite storage solutions? So obviously as an organizer, I'm always looking at different storage products that can help organize the home. And I've picked out my 3 favorite. So the first are these drawer dividers that I got in IKEA. You can also get very good ones out in Howard Storage World. And I do find that dividers within drawers are really very good at maintaining the organization within the drawer. The second item that I really love are these containers. Again, it's from IKEA. They're the Varia range. This is the medium size. I'm using mine for my little coffee pods here. There's also a size up from that, and there's this smaller size as well. I absolutely love that product. I find that no matter what space I happen to be organizing, they seem to work very well in it. And the last product that I love and I use very regularly to organize both my own home and my client spaces, and you might find this very strange, but they're Ziploc bags. Ziploc bags, again, like the other container I just showed you there, there's different sizes, so therefore they can hold a variety of items, particularly items that once they come out of the packaging, you're not going to get it back into the original packaging, but they do need something around it. Ziploc bags are clear, so you can see exactly what's inside it, and if you've got a good zip on it, then it's sturdy and it's not going to break, which again will help with the clutter in your home. In this instance, I'm using it for USB cables. You can use it for loose plasters, spare batteries. You know, there's a whole variety of ways you can use it, and those are my 3 go-to items when I'm looking to organize a different space. And then the next question is from Jamie in Dublin, and she says, I'm working full-time and only get weekends with my kids. I really resent spending time cleaning when I want to be with them, but the house is getting out of control. What should I do? So unfortunately, this is a reality for a lot of families out there at the moment, and this is very much a question about time. And my recommendation is rather than spreading out tidying over the course of the weekend or putting it off, I would recommend blocking out a certain time segment every weekend for tidying. If you say, for instance, decide I am going to tidy up the house or tidy up a certain room at 10 o'clock in the morning every Saturday morning, and I'm going to give that an hour and a half, then, and you stick at that, the key to it is always blocking the same amount of time every weekend. If you decide 10 to half 11 every Saturday morning, that is my tidying up time, and then the rest of the weekend is clear. By having a specific time, it means it becomes a habit, so therefore you and the entire family get used to this routine. As well as that, by giving a time limit on it, it means you're going to get more done, because we all generally work better under pressure. So if you go, I know I've only got an hour and a half on this and I've got a nice reward, I'm going to go out for lunch with the kids or something, then it focuses our mind and we get more done in that way. And so therefore, keeping it as a routine, it becomes a habit, and hopefully then it means that it frees up the rest of the weekend to do more enjoyable stuff with the rest of the family. As well as that, you know, can the children partake in any of the tidying? Can you create a cleaning routine for the rest of the family? Or if you've got children going into secondary school, they probably will have homework over the weekend. So while they're doing the homework, can you be looking into tidying or decluttering during that specific time? But it really, the key is to, rather than procrastinating, putting it off, or spreading it out over the weekend, block off the time and focus on an hour and a half, 2 hours, and that's it. And hopefully that chunk of time, as it's more focused activity, will mean that you'll get more done. So I hope the answers to those questions were helpful. That's all the questions I have time for this first Q&A video, but there will be a second one coming up over the next couple of days. And thanks very much for watching. For lots more tips and techniques on organising, you can always check out the Organised Chaos blog on organisedchaos.ie/blog.